Hey, what is up, guys? What's up, y'all? What is up? What's up? What's up? And by the way, we do have a new cameo because of I just want a anonymous donor. An anonymous donor actually sent in a cameo. Yeah, here's the bit.
It's your boy, the one, the only Hot Dog Man from Hot Dog Land. My name is Hot Dog Starks, and I have the privilege and the absolute honor to deliver this very special message to a very special person. I want to give a big, happy hot dog birthday shout out to Mississippi's very own, the world's famous YouTube and podcast superstar, Mr. Jake Hudson. Jake, Jake, you are the best in the world at what you do. And you have helped so many people along the way. More specifically, you brought Pesky to the dance. Thank you. And Jake, I want you to celebrate not only today, I want you to celebrate all month, all year, because this year is all about you. This year is all about you, Mr. Jake Hudson. And Jake, I want you to always remember that HWO is for life. And I just want to say thank you to Pesci, Chris Smith, Crackhead Calvin, for booking your boy on Cameo. And I will see all of you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Yeah, and then I realized who he worked for. Uh, um, what's up, guys? Yeah, I put that on Cameo, by the way. That Cameo, a an anonymous donor did the. Yeah, but hope everybody is staying safe. I just want to say thank you guys so much. Oh, someone's here. If you didn't like what they were talking about, why you was not there? Why you was over
What?
there? If you didn't like what they were talking about, why was you over there? And
Me?
the sorry, by the way, the sorry was because I put that Steve Wilkos gif up. I was telling you guys to stop bickering in
To
the
tell
chat.
me?
You guys were bickering in the group chat. You and Nick and Liquid.
Oh, I didn't see that you said to stop.
No, I remember that gif, and I told you sorry.
Oh,
Stop
I saw
that-
you. I saw you said sorry when I was yelling at him. If you told me to stop in that and I didn't see it, I apologize. 'Cause
I put up a gif said it's Steve Wilkos eye rolling. It says stop damaging my set.
oh, I didn't recognize.
But hey,
Oh,
by the way,
I'll never do that again. I'm sorry about that.
dude,
I
it's
got worked up.
okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Hey, by the way, I just want to let people know that I got a cameo from. I actually knew I was getting this because the guy said he sent it, and the guys asked to be anonymous. I did stop it. Liquid, come on up. Link is in the group chat.
Oh, Liquid. He probably
Oh,
will.
wait.
He's probably enjoying that
Hey,
garbage.
Hey, Abba, guess who was the one that paid for my StreamYard for this month?
Who?
Krishan.
Oh, I love Krishan. I think that's the thing is like, what if you like watch their show? They're like attacking people like me and all kinds of people that are like marginalized, and so it may look like I'm being the harsh one, but what they're saying
Oh, by the
is
way, I did see that
vile.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So
by the way, you bought one of my you bought one of the tanks. I think it was the gamer tanks or something.
yeah, I paid for your next month's StreamYard when I bought your merch earlier.
Actually, I just want to let you know that I only get $1 of that.
You only get $1 of that?
Yeah.
Then I'll send you the whatever the rest of what I paid. I'll send it to you.
Hey, let me tell you something.
You only get $1 from. I was wondering about that.
$1 plus only stickers only get like 25 cents for the stickers. Merch, I get little money off the merch, but here's the thing. But what I love about like have people like T-Pub and all that is I don't have to print the merch; they print them for me.
I know. I tried to like learn how to like start screen printing and all that shit, and it is like expensive. It's a pain in the ass to make shirts.
If I wanted to, I could have someone local make shirts for me, but
I'll make them for you too.
Yeah.
I know how to do it, but yeah, it is expensive, and yeah, I was wondering how much you actually made.
It's expensive, but here's the thing: what I love about like T-Pub, I used to have them on Stream Elements before they took the shop away.
Oh.
Yeah, and
what is the way that you like people to pay you? Are you like a super tip, or I'll send you money right now for that.
I can't hold on. Let me show. Let me tell you. Because you know me and Patrick Melton don't get along. Basically, he tells me don't email him anymore. It's harassment. But what about all the people that I would rather people do the Venmo and the Cash App. I need to take this.
You want me to Venmo you? I let me see if I have one. Hold on one second.
It's in the group chat. It's in the group chat. HWO
right.
group chat. But
You want me to, I'll do that right. You want me to do it right now?
If you can, the stream element doesn't work. But I have to. I'm too lazy to go and change it, but change the command and stuff.
Right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure out if I how to get my Venmo.
Look at this. Look.
What?
F-rated veto.
You should make one that says "fuck Liquid."
I love Liquid. Liquid actually has helped.
I love Liquid too.
Hey,
well, fuck,
listen.
fuck him.
Hey, I hope that you don't get offended. Please don't get offended if I say some. If you think that I said something stupid or something about
You,
people.
I'll never be. No, you're good. You-
What I don't like about, like,
That
I
was in
know
your
that.
that was in your thread, and I didn't think about it when I was doing it, and I'm sorry. That was selfish of me to
Yeah,
have that
don't
conversation.
worry about.
I won't
Listen,
do it again.
I wake up to I wake up to a mess. So I wake up to I took a nap, and I wake up to you going after them, going
Yeah, I
after.
won't do it. I won't do that again. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't right of
Listen,
me to do
here's the
that.
thing: is that's not about, like, it's not my threat, my group chat and stuff. It's I got so many things that I'm doing to the point
Yeah, and
where I'm
you don't
like.
want to taint it with like my bullshit. I totally
No,
understand. I'm
actually,
really
no.
sorry about
It's not
that.
your bullshit. It's not your bullshit. It's just
It was just now because I was fighting with him on your group chat. So I'm sorry about
hey,
that.
number one, it's just you have people that different opinions and all this.
Exactly, exactly. That wasn't right for me to do that in your group chat. I'm
Oh,
sorry about that.
by the way, I want to say that we have, by the way, 12 shorts from 12. I love it now. I love now that people want to act like they're, they're, I've watched so much, like, stuff in my past. I want to keep stuff in my past.
I hear you on that. Well,
I want
trust me, I get that. There's a whole world that y'all don't know about before I transitioned. So
pe-
there's lots of videos that
people
were
don't understand. People don't understand the troubles I was having with people back in the day before. Like, you think the Dabbleverse is crazy? What
there's all
about
that.
what about the IWC and the YWC over the YouTube wrestling community is crazy.
I would actually love to see the shit you were getting into in that.
Watch some of Chris's shows, because he has them all on video. He has a lot of my crazy stuff on video, because the
Oh,
guy
you're talking about Peeps?
peeps. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about, like, what people think about. Listen, Chris has some crazy stuff happen on his show, including the dead rat thing. I haven't spoken to Chris all week. I think I made him mad, because I made him mad when I did a show last week and sent him the link and then ended because there was nobody in the chat.
Oh, so Chris was like, "Why didn't you fucking invite me, motherfucker?"
No, I invited him. He came in, but I ended the stream before he got in.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was
I'm gonna be right back because I wanna get my Venmo thing for you. All right, 1 second.
all right. I hope everybody is staying safe. Get you guys some content. Get people on Venmo. Not Venmo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I want to say that I do appreciate people. I do appreciate a lot of you guys that are sticking around and doing shows. I will still do. Sorry, you're back.
Yeah. Do you not have a PayPal? Like Venmo's gonna make it take 3 days otherwise.
All right, I have a PayPal. Hold on, I have
Yeah,
one.
DM me that. And but
All right,
yeah, but
yeah,
don't ever leak my my real names on there. So or my like.
yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, Abba. I just want to let you know that I don't even get the PayPal. The PayPal's go to my niece, so she
It,
holds the. But here's the thing, she it lately we've been having little money issues.
oh, you and
There's
your
no
niece?
there, my niece is my roommate, by the way.
Oh, okay, I didn't
So
know that.
here's the thing. She's been taking care of me since she was 7 years old, and I was a newborn.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so that
Or
if I send it there, then it'll go to both of you then.
she'll take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, message me that and I'll do that right now.
It's in the group chat. I just put it in the fucking group chat.
Okay.
Hey, I want to also say that actually, I want to say this is like I didn't even hear my phone ring when I got that cameo.
What came? Oh, the cam.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that it the video. My friend messaged me and says, "Hey, check your email." But I have so he forgets that I when he gets them, he gets sent to my it gets sent to my phone. Yeah, and by the way, do you know that people have already said that I'm using people to get what? Have I ever asked for people? The only thing I ask for people is to give me respect, and that's it.
Yeah, you know, you're doing your own thing. I don't think
Yeah.
you don't have to answer to any of that shit.
It's not funny when they're like telling me, "Oh, Jake's a doxer, Jake's this, Jake's." You don't know me. You don't know my real life. You don't know. I got friends. I have family that are law enforcement.
Oh, you got some cop friends?
But two of my family members are federal. Can't say where they're. What? I can't say their names. They're
Damn.
federal. I have a couple family members that are federal. I'm not gonna say who they are because I don't want to dox my family or in dox where they're at. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just say this: if I could, I could have made, if someone made me mad a couple years ago, if a certain person in Cleveland started acting like he wanted to come after me, I could just made a couple calls and had his house
Yeah.
because the guy had a weed farm in his my friend Pesci had a weed farm in his upstairs bedroom.
Damn.
So I could have called a couple buddies, couple people, and told them what was going on, and they would went out there. But what's up, Jacob? But I didn't because I'm not a cop caller.
You're not a rat.
Not a rat.
Okay, I just sent you on that PayPal.
All right, I'll check with my niece on that because I'll let her. She would. Here's the thing. She's not gonna say anything due to the fact that she's not gonna say anything about like that uh because it's to her right now. She might need some cigarettes or something because money's tight right now.
Oh, I hear you on that, and I'm happy to help somebody with cigarette money because I know what it's like to need
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah. But she's always been awesome to me, and my niece has been ride. She's been riding with me since I was before even the Jake character was even a thought.
So you two are just kind of like locked in life and shit. Like she took
Yeah,
care. Yeah, that's cool.
she even came back to somewhere she hated. She hated our hometown, but she came back for me.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
it was either having her here or me be put in a group home. So then you know what they everybody. But let me tell you this is like I always try to be respectful to people. and I think that we're stealing viewers from our boys over at. I'll send you a link, Jacob.
You're still in
Uh,
viewers from Krishan's show?
yeah,
That show's fucking. I love Krishan. That show is, I I haven't seen a show like that in a hot minute, and it's just ugh. But I love Krishan.
yeah. I love him too, but sometimes his shows get a little repetitive.
Well, it's just like it's just hate. It's just their shows are just like mocking like mentally ill people and like autistic people and like anyone that like
Hey, here's the thing. Um, I just want to say this. If he tries to make disrespect me, he
no, you'll
knows.
st you st we'll keep you out of this. If he says anything in your chat to me, we'll move it to a private thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't need to be
I just
involved, and I'm sorry for like doing that in your thing.
don't worry about. It. Listen, when I wake up to that, by the way, I love that when the chat is moving, but when it's like I don't because Sean was actually really nice to donate the money for the StreamYard and
You can tell Krishan's like a really good guy. His co-host really annoys me, but yeah, Krishan's a good
uh,
guy. Yeah, his co-host sucks.
but they
Sorry.
by the way, I just want to let you know that I'm so you guys are actually help when people are trying to do stuff. It's hard to do shows now. By the way, you see on the top on the bottom there's a chat box. That's a new thing that they just put out for StreamYard.
So you just got the paid thing? I've had the paid thing, but I never host a stream. But I thought that like the only thing you get
I've
you
had
get
it
high def.
before. I've had it before, but I didn't have the money to get it for the
Yeah.
last few months because money, nobody wants to give money out right now. Everybody's dollar and down, dollar and back, dollar and down, uh, dollar and down on stuff now because of Trump.
Yeah, that's kind of why it's like that'd be great if Krishan's show was like focusing on how poor people are right now because everyone's fucking poor. But instead they're just like sitting there like making fun of black people and like
That's his show,
mentally ill people.
actually.
I
Hey,
know.
here's the thing. Here, a lot of times he's on. This is the real reason why a lot of times on shows he does these shows where it's like let's talk about it's like who are these podcasts?
I know, but no, but I think it's more like do you ever watch Steven Crowder? You know who that is?
Louder with Crowder. I know
Yeah,
who
it's
the.
like their show's like a shittier version of Louder with
What
Crowder.
about Tim Pool? What about Tim
Yeah,
Pool?
it's like that world of just grossness. It's all these people that are just like getting into all these like identity politics issues, but they like pretend like everyone else is doing that, but they're doing that, and instead they're not talking about like how people are poor right now.
Oh,
You,
by the way, have you seen this yet?
let me
Hold on.
see. Was that Kumi?
Yeah.
I love how he just got a total pass for just banging a high schooler when he was like 55 years old. His brother looks like Anthony's like a heterosexual like Chester. His brother looks like a gay Chester. You should wear a sombrero actually on a show one day.
The Chad Zumach. That's Chad
See,
Zumach.
I still think that you need to adjust that so that it wears the tracksuit and it has the like
It's it was
the
his. It was. Here's the thing. If you ever watch if you ever, that's actually his profile picture. I made his profile picture into a
Jacob, did you
puppet.
just hear did you just hear what Jake was saying? Jake is struggling. People are struggling.
I wouldn't say we're lucky.
Yeah, everyone isn't lucky.
By the way, here's what I said to Opie. I said, "Good morning, guys. Rob, why don't you try to be a real waiter and stop being an actor? You're not a good actor, Ron. You need to stop. You need to stick being a waiter. A lot of people that watch Who Are These Podcasts think the same thing I'm thinking. I'm not trying to rag on Opie, but Opie looks like an older Anthony. Are you trying to bring back Opie and Anthony won't let you? You mean Ron, the actor that you paid to be your friend? No, you suck, Opie. You haven't been relevant since you lost your show with Anthony. You don't got fans, Opie. You got you got people hate watching you. Opie, you need to leave.
Jacob,
Which is no.
that is such a hack response. That does not measure the quality of living. If you walk around and I consider myself lucky because I'm not poor, but people don't have the ability to pay their utilities. People have their utilities shut off, and it's not like some weird thing. Just because somebody has the internet, like that's not a reflection of a good economy. People,
No,
like if you look at the stats on this, 80 to not 80% of people in America couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense. And if you think
actually,
if you
actually,
think
none of
and
us.
I think that number is actually worse right now, but that's what that was that stat like 2 years ago. It's just
Yeah,
such a
and also the thing is, it's like I have things that I've had to dollar back on. The reason why I haven't, in October when my laptop decided to crash. I was lucky that a friend of mine, a friend of the channel,
it's not about being a victim. That's the thing. Like you guys, like you're just reciting program talking points. I've heard those phrases over and over again. No one's saying that there's a victim. It's addressing that we have an economic situation
um,
of income inequality that is out of control more so now than it was 15 years ago. It's not hard to figure that out if you look at the data. If you look at the rising cost of living, the rising inflation, and then you look at the income that people have made on a graph from the last 20 years, you will see a cementing of it. And that's just reality. It's not about victim or anything, it's about economic policy. Sorry, Jake.
by the way, if anybody that does want some hot sauce, go to silkcityhotsauce.com and use code HWO at checkout.
You're the best. I love you so much.
Sorry.
No, that's exactly what needed to be said right there.
Yeah, oh Lord.
Jacob, what do you think, like making America great again? Like that's referencing what time period to you? Will he come on? Let me talk to him.
I did send him a link if he wants to come
Yeah,
on, but I
come
don't,
on and debate this. Otherwise, I can't argue with the chat.
you know. But I
I
want to say
guarantee he
that
won't.
number one, right now, if I had the money, the first thing I would do is I would go buy my niece a car because my niece doesn't have a vehicle right now. We have had to.
That's one of the most underreported things about all of this is people like you, people that are struggling, they understand how poor other people are and they would help other people. Okay, he's coming on. Is that okay if he comes on, Jake?
It's okay. Go ahead because Jacob. So Jacob is a. So Jacob has. So Jacob does a lot of interviews. He does more interviews than I do. He's interviewed. He's interviewed time travelers. He's interviewed people that are.
Time travelers?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe he needs to focus if he's going to make economic arguments, maybe he could.
Oh, you were saying that about the car I right now we're having to either walk or borrow a vehicle just to go
Oh,
places. We're having to borrow a vehicle or get rides just to go do stuff because she's that's the one thing I want to do for her is because she's always been nice to me. and I'm not. I'm sometimes I'm not a good person. I'm a little hard headed. And I'm hard to live with sometimes, but
But you're also the kind of person that's got somebody's back when they need it.
yeah, when they, I do care about her, and it's something that she's been riding with me since I was in diapers.
Oh,
I was a newborn and she was 7. She was 7 when she was keeping me. She was, I I do care. What the heck? Sorry, I just realized that I had something on my hand, on my arm. But I want to say that number one, by the way, it's I love what I do. Here we go. I think this is
well, you're
Jacob.
good. You're really good at what you do. Like I'm envious of your ability to network. I tell you this all the
Jacob,
time. Turn
you
your camera
muted.
on, Jacob.
Give me 1 second. I gotta hook my headphones up. Give me 1 minute.
Hold on.
Jake, if you want me to shut up, just tell me and I'll shut up. But otherwise,
Porn blocker. That is my porn blocker.
no, I mean like in the next few minutes, if I'm pushing it too much, let me know.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Do you have a sombrero? Because I'm thinking maybe we should take care of that
Oh,
too
I, I,
tonight.
I, I don't have a sombrero.
Do you want me to? If I buy you one, will you wear it on your show? If I buy you one
I
and mail it
will-
to you?
Yeah, I'll have to send you my address.
Well, you'll have my address too. We'll call it even.
Yeah,
All right, now my
no,
headphones are set up. Give me a second. I'm slowly getting set up. Sorry, I just turned on your show. How you doing, Jake?
All right, what's up, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain.
So,
Living my best life.
So Jacob, so let me Abba, this is Jacob. Jacob, this is Abba.
Hi, Jacob. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Jacob has interviewed time travelers, future
I was
presidents.
gonna say, how are you gonna open me up with time travelers? I do debates. I do interviews with about anybody.
That's cool. You have your own. You have like your own interview show.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a little bit of everything on my channel. I do
That's cool.
UFC
He's also
commentaries. We
interviewed-
do debates. We do all kinds of weird stuff.
He's interviewed. Here's the thing. I actually found Jacob through Herman the Great. By the way, do you still do shows with him?
Herman the
I talked to
Great?
Herman. Yeah, I talked to Herman a little bit the other day. He, I think he's in Maine right now. He called me when he had a layover in Chicago because he was like, "I'm close to you." So I was like, "All right, cool." But yeah, he was on his way from California to Maine. And
By
gave me
the
a
way,
call.
Tom Schilling retired. Tom Schilling from WGN. He retired.
I don't know who Tom Schilling is. Is he the priest or whatever?
Tom Schilling is the meteorologist for WGN 1009.
Who's the old 90-year-old televangelist that just passed away?
Jimmy Swagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that creep. I was gonna say that's the only one I knew about.
Jimmy Swagger, he had to go on stage and say, "I sinned."
I stole from you people.
No, it wasn't that one. He didn't steal from people. He basically got caught cheating. You're thinking of Jim Baker.
I mean, all the televangelists do.
Yeah. But so you guys are saying you guys are having a debate in the chat about like rich people should give their money or
It was hardly a debate. and I was saying, you were saying that people were struggling with money. I said, we're in a good position right now. We could be in a lot worse position if we were in another country or in a third world country. We could have a lot worse problems. We're on the internet right now, talking to people. We got fancy microphones in front of us. I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I mean, it could be a lot worse, is what I'm saying.
I don't have a fancy microphone.
Oh, you just got a new tablet the other day. You're already doing better than me.
No, I don't have a new tablet.
What happened to the tablet?
No, the tablet was from I got this in October. Are you seeing the headset and stuff? But
I didn't hear anything about your tablet. I didn't know anything happened to it.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
This is my other computer. But I just
I'll be right back.
By the way, Jacob, so what are you gonna think? I really want to see UFC in WWE or WWE wrestlers going into UFC.
I think they're going to do something together at some point.
Yeah,
Pretty sure. There's going to be some crossover. It'll probably be some of the fighters that you don't see a lot of in the UFC, like Conor McGregor might make some crossovers. He's already done a little bit. I could see him doing a little bit more with promotion.
Yeah.
Isn't it just the promoter that's the same? Or is it booking? What is it?
They're part. Here's the thing. So TKO owns WWE, AEW. Oh
Want me to stream
God.
it? You want me to stream this
one?
out? No, I know those kick things. Those kick things happens all the time. Don't just ignore them.
Yeah.
Those I get those every 5 minutes on Kick now.
Yeah. If you want to stream, you can stream this to your channel.
I mean, if we actually want to have a debate, I think there's definitely debate potential there. But
All right.
depends if Eva would like to.
Hey, Alba, are you wearing underwear?
What? Yeah, why?
Sorry.
What?
What a weird question, Jake.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for asking that.
Yeah,
Why
it's a little
did you
abrasive.
What?
I'm stupid.
I was about to debate him on what
Alrighty. Interesting
Alright.
start.
By the way, I just want to let you know that Jacob is going to be streaming this to his channel.
Oh, I didn't even do it right. My bad. I should've
What?
added
You're streaming
something.
this on
Nothing,
your channel?
You're good. Yeah, no, I was just making sure people could see Jake was live. I just said with Jake and Ava. I just what's the name of it? Nothing. I spelled it. Oh, did I do an E? Hold on. Sorry.
No, A-B.
No, I spelled it. Yeah, I spelled it A-V-A. I'm sorry about the pronunciation.
No,
Oh, don't worry about it.
It's
Don't correct him. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
So
it's okay. I wouldn't mind getting it right. It
It's
makes it
Ava.
easier.
It's
A-B-A.
pronounced Ava, but at this point, moving forward, if you mess it up, no worries. I'm not gonna say anything. So,
Okay.
cool.
No.
Alright.
Just if we're talking to each other, it makes it easier.
What's
Awesome.
up, guys?
So-
welcome to the stream. I hope everybody is. Sorry, I'm shut up.
Stay
no.
safe. Come on,
Um,
Jake, get him.
So like, I'm gonna go through a couple of things you said. Like, do you feel that, in your view, is America the richest nation in the world?
Rich in what sense?
It's the wealthiest nation in the world.
Wealthiest? Yeah, so meaning like the most income, or because I think our wealth is actually measured by our protection. I
Our
know
military.
what our exactly. Our
Right, but
that's what secures our wealth.
But that's an
that's-
economic decision, though, isn't it? We choose to
I
spend
would
our money
say-
on defense.
No. I would say it's an agreement that we have. It also comes with our alliances overseas as well. It's a level of protection we offer as well that comes with the debt that we owe to other countries as well. We offer protection for the debt that we owe to other countries.
What countries are those?
There's a reason we have APAC. There's a reason that we have
Right?
a lot of different alliances with other countries. And
Who do we owe the debt to?
We owe a lot of debt to a lot of different places. It's not just one place.
Who are the top three?
Top three, I would have to look it up.
Okay, never mind.
I would honestly have to look it up.
But do you
I
recognize?
don't want to make a claim on something I don't know. You know.
We
Yeah.
did, but it's okay.
What was it? What did I make a claim on?
That we're just.
I didn't say we were the richest country. I said it could be a lot worse for us if we were in a third world country. I said we are actually quite privileged in the situation we have to be sitting in front of ourselves right now on microphones and on YouTube and with our own YouTube channels. That all alone in itself is a privilege, is what all I said. But
Those privileges are
Ma'am?
afforded to people in Pakistan.
And then
all kinds
you
of
asked
people.
me,
On.
and then
like
you asked me,
I was born in
hold on a
Pakistan.
second. I just want to premise everything we said so far. And then you asked me if we were the
No,
richest
blah,
country,
blah, no.
and I said I would ask you to define what you mean by richest. And then as soon as you said money, I didn't think we were the richest country. I don't think we're making the most. I would say the richest state in our country, and that's bringing in the most money, would probably be California.
Who's the wealthiest
by
nation? Who's
numbers.
the wealthiest country in the world?
I'm not really sure. I would say that we. Yeah, I'm not really sure at the moment.
Well, you said that we are because of our security.
No. I say that's how we protect our wealth. That's how we protect. Like if another country didn't have our military, they wouldn't be able to have our debt. Is what.
So
I
who
mean.
do you think is the wealthiest country in the world? Like who's the super?
I don't know. I would honestly have to look it up. Let me check.
How would you? Okay. Go ahead.
Who is the wealthiest country in the world? Luxembourg is generally considered the wealthiest country in the world based on GDP per capita, according to World Atlas.
I'm not asking GDP per capita. I meant like wealth, like most amount of money, not like.
It's a really small population, but
That's why I'm saying I'm obviously not asking about like a small GDP per capita thing. I'm talking about like who's the wealthiest nation.
That would be the exact accurate answer. Do you want to know who has the most money? Is that what you're asking?
I guess have you ever heard the phrase that America is? Do you understand the idea that America is essentially been the superpower at some point? It's like
Oh
the
yeah,
biggest,
yeah.
most wealthiest nation.
I think we have been, and I think our military has been the superpower in the world, and I don't think our military is number one in the world right now either.
Okay, so when you're just accepting the terms that we were just describing, I'm speaking to a moral clarity in the sense that a good society doesn't measure itself by some people doing okay. It measures itself by whether the most vulnerable people can live with dignity. And right now, tens of millions of Americans can't pay their basic bills and their rent. And so shrugging it off as first world problems is kind of moral cowardice, is my argument.
I agree with you, but I would also say the pompousness of three YouTubers sitting on YouTube talking about what was me is also a contradiction to that statement.
No, we're
Because
not
there's
saying
definitely-
we're not
there's-
saying what was me.
Ma'am?
It is from that. It is from the America. Are you out of America? Sorry, that was my assumption. I was assuming that you were in America. I did reach when I assumed that. I apologize.
No, you're good. I stated that I'm not worried about those.
No, I know, and you were helping.
I'm not woe is meing. I'm not struggling in that way.
I don't think nobody's like struggling right now. I know there's people struggling. That's not the argument.
What is your argument then?
My argument is
that other people have it shittier.
We're hardly poor in the eyes of what poor is. I mean, I would say that we're doing quite well. Most Americans that are poor are doing quite well than the poor in any other country.
And you're basing it on the fact that they have internet and cell phones.
I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, I would say Starlink's doing more to help other countries have access to that. I think there's other things that are helping countries get free access to those kind of things.
You believe Starlink is actually solving those problems for like, economically?
No, not everybody. Not everybody. It helped a lot.
Not,
in the
I'm not
US.
saying everybody. I'm saying economically impoverished countries.
It depends. I mean, I guess if they don't even have the ability to have an electronic device to access the internet, it wouldn't do them any good. Like I said,
What
it depends
countries?
on.
What do you think is going on in these other countries? You don't think that like the most poor countries, the people don't have phones? They have phones and internet. So Starlink isn't.
I would say
Starlink
an
isn't
example.
bringing. Starlink isn't bringing.
I would say a good example of the recent attacks that we've seen in the Middle East, where they use beepers as attacks. You know what I mean? Like that's not something we would consider modern technology in the United States.
That's
am I wrong
modern
for saying that?
warfare. That's modern. That's like a.
So how well would that work in the United States to attack people with beepers? Just for an example.
That's your okay.
No. I'm using an example. This is just a recent one that's in the news. So I'm saying yes, I do think people in other countries, don't have as advanced technology as us. It's
the reason that Israel used those beepers as attacks wasn't a result of any economic conditions on either of their ends. It was a military tactic. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah, it has to do with the fact that they were carrying beepers. They didn't do it to tablets. They didn't do it to, you know what I mean, smartphones. Why did they choose beepers is what I'm saying. Do you understand the context of the framing?
Yes.
It's a hypothetical to say, okay, you say these people are not in the same context as us when it comes to electronics. So I go, okay, give you a public example where it shows that they're not in the same level of electronics as us sometimes. And this is a good example.
Dude, the reason that military leaders in Lebanon were using pagers isn't because they can't afford the internet or laptops or iPads. It's because that's the most secure way for them to not be tracked.
Beepers are not the most secure way for anybody to not be tracked.
That's why they were using
that technology.
beepers.
The technology didn't improve over time.
It doesn't have a wireless. It doesn't have a wireless internet signal. That's why, arguably, on Israel's side, that's why it was a smart tactic. But the reason that those people, the leaders of Hezbollah, can afford iPads, dude. Come on.
No, I'm not saying the leader of Hezbollah can't afford.
That's
iPads.
who the pager attacks for targeting. But leaders of Hezbollah's pagers.
My point is, we don't use technology like that in the United States. You were making the argument that these other countries don't use outdated technology. Yeah, they do. That was a prime example of it. Pagers. That was the argument.
But they don't use pagers.
Regardless,
poor people in Lebanon.
They were only using it. They were only using it so they could get attacked. It doesn't make any sense.
Poor people in Lebanon don't use pagers. They have the internet just like everyone else.
I agree.
Then what was your point?
That other countries use outdated technology, which was your point, that other countries don't use outdated technology. It has nothing to do with it being a military strategy or anything like that. It has to do with
that's your example. No, that's your example, and I'm saying that's stupid.
Outdated. It's an outdated technology example for your claim that other countries don't use.
They don't have money. They're using.
I don't care why they're using it. Why they're using it?
Why are you making that point with them then?
Because why they're using it doesn't matter. The fact that they're using it was the argument that you're making. You were making the argument that other countries don't use outdated technology.
Let me tell you what
rewind it 10 minutes. You can say I didn't.
Let me tell
you didn't think that you didn't think that they were making.
Let me tell you what my argument was.
You can say it again. Go ahead.
My argument is that people in all kinds of impoverished nations have the internet, they have cell phones, and all of those things that you described as indicative of a rich society. That's fine. Your response to that was pointing out the pager attack, and my counter response to that is that the reason they were using pagers has nothing to do with their financial situations. It has to do with military security.
So you asked me. So let me reframe.
You have to give another example. Is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, I'm going to reframe what you said because it was just repitched a different way.
That's literally what I said. Somebody go.
Okay.
Actually, just so he doesn't do this again.
And frame by frame.
YouTube video just let me. This. Can
Yeah,
we
that's
just
fine.
because he's gonna keep doing this if we don't like.
And then frame by frame, I'll tell you exactly what I said. What I said was we were talking about Starlink, and you said, do you think that will actually help impoverished countries? And I said maybe. It depends on if they have
Hold on.
devices able to connect to the internet. And you said, oh, you don't think these countries have devices that are able to connect to the internet? And I
Right.
said, no, I don't think they have as modern devices as we do today. And you made the argument that they don't use outdated devices. And I said, here's an example of where they used beepers. Why they use beepers doesn't matter. I was just
Yes, it
proving your
does.
point wrong. No, I was just proving your point wrong that yes, they
Oh
do
my
use
God, he
outdated
still doesn't.
technology.
He still doesn't understand.
No, it's okay. I understand what you're coming from, but what I
No,
was
you still
arguing
don't
was
get
just
it.
your first point.
We're talking about outdated technology as a result of economics, and you pointed out the pager attack, which does not apply because that was not. It wasn't that people in Lebanon all use pagers. It was that top Hezbollah leaders were using pagers for security purposes because
Yeah.
they were at war with Israel.
Yeah, and I was just pointing out that they used them.
But that
I
doesn't
wasn't
make
why they
sense
use
with your
them.
point.
Why
That
they
doesn't-
use them
That
doesn't
doesn't make
matter.
sense. That doesn't.
I was just saying that they used outdated technology, and then I used an example of outdated technology that they were using.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's move on from that one.
No worries.
Oof. All right. So
I feel like there's a lot of topics we could talk about. You were talking about Mac.
hopefully you can
Hey,
do a little. Hopefully you can do a little
hey,
bit better
Alba.
than that, though. Huh?
Alba,
Yes, Jake?
sorry to
Yes.
interrupt, but I just want to let you know that you actually bought us Wendy's today.
Oh, that makes
Nice.
me so happy.
We used the money to buy Wendy's today.
Oh, are you good for the week?
We had it delivered through DoorDash.
Oh.
Okay, grab it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't even know how to. I feel like I don't need to make any of the other points.
Tell me about what? We haven't even discussed what you were trying to discuss about the
This is the problem.
the impoverished nations.
I think the problem with this is like if we can't agree to a baseline of reality, this is
Yeah,
what
we have to, and that's what I agreed. That's what I was talking about at the beginning. We have to agree what poor is. You know what I mean? Like poor to
I
me
know,
is
but
what I
you're-
was
but you're-
describing in the beginning.
Here, how about let's try it this way so we could get back on. Besides the pager, give me another example.
Another example of outdated technology in other countries.
Right.
Hey, by the way, it's,
In response to what
chicken
that point
nuggets,
was.
it's chicken nuggets, sandwich, and French fries, and I had some drink already.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah, you actually also pay. So she said she didn't want to cook.
Oh, I'm good. I'm glad that. Who
Even
wants to
better, that
fucking
saves-
cook today?
I'm gonna say that saves some cooking.
Washing
hot
dishes and all that
stove.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Also,
and getting the hot
it
stove going
also-
on a hot day.
You know, it was 100-degree heat.
Oh, I get you, man. We got like
Hey,
high humidity plus heat. It's no fun.
yeah, I'm gonna eat. while you
What
guys-
what are your broad like views about economics like in politics?
Economics and politics? Like in what sense? You'd have to be
Yeah,
more
do you-
specific.
Are you like Keynesian? Are you a libertarian? Are you like
I would
all
consider
me-
myself a libertarian conservative.
Oh, okay.
It's an oxymoron, isn't it? It's fun.
By the way, it's a bacon cheeseburger. By the way,
Baconator or the bacon cheeseburger?
here I'll show it to you.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's got bacon. It's not a bacon. It's not. It's like a small burger.
Nice. And cheers to a good burger. But yeah, I would consider myself because I don't think the Constitution is interpreted well. I don't think the people that are interpreting it are doing it in the ways that it was originally written. I think it's more done to whoever's in office. I'm not a Trumper. I don't like always Trumpers, and I also don't like never Trumpers. I just don't like anybody that would wholeheartedly follow any ideology and think somebody can't do anything wrong.
Right.
But I'm a libertarian in the full sense. Like most conservatives are scared away by my thoughts about guns, because I'm the same way I am about guns. I am about drugs, because I'm libertarian down the board most of the time, and I'm conservative in wanting less government.
Right. And so you're probably pro-abortion too.
Pro-abortion?
In the sense that government can't intervene. Oh, you're a hypocrite on that one.
No, I would say. No, I would say I'm pro-life on most things.
So you believe that the government should intervene and prevent abortions?
Do I think the government should intervene and prevent abortions? Under what sense? Because I
do you believe that abortion should be regulated by the government?
I do think there's exceptions to why people should be able to get abortions.
So you
like
you
if
draw,
I
as
like if I showed you
you draw the line.
If I showed you a picture of a baby that was conceived by our word and a baby that was conceived not by our word, and I showed you both ultrasounds, could you tell the difference?
What do you mean our word?
I'm not going to say it. This is YouTube. I'm not going to. A baby that was conceived by our word.
What? By a mentally retarded person?
No, SA.
What is he talking about?
Oh,
it's TOS. I can't.
Grape,
Sexual assault.
You can say grape.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
A baby that was. If I showed you an ultrasound of a baby that was conceived by grape, or a baby that was conceived by a loving family, could you tell the difference?
No, but why do you stop caring about that baby once they're born and let them be born, suffer, and be hungry?
I don't stop caring about those kids.
I think you do because we live in a first world country.
That's a cop out argument that people on the left make.
No, it's not.
To be fair, yeah. What have I showed you that I don't care about people after they're born?
What if I showed you a picture?
No. Let's follow your argument that you. No. Let me show you. Go ahead. Follow your argument that you just made. What if I showed you that says that I don't care about people after they're born?
I believe that your libertarian ideology is a cruel, irrational, like Darwinian economic policy. It's sickening. It's not realistic. It really it rewards greed. It rewards corruption. It rewards power. And because of that, what ends up happening?
What about my ideology?
I'm answering you. And
no,
because of that,
you're saying
it rewards risk takers for the sole purpose of their own wealth, and it doesn't believe in a redistributive economy, because in your head you think that anyone that works hard will be able to make money, and it's a delusion on your end. And because of that delusion, children suffer and are born can't eat school lunch, which I am sure you have a problem with schools, government school lunches. You let children suffer as soon as they're born.
You made a lot of fun talking points, but no, that's where my
those aren't talking points.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about what I've said to you the whole time. What up?
You said you're a libertarian. I'm responding to a libertarian ideology. But you can clarify.
And you know, I described myself as a libertarian conservative. So all of these things where you talked about more government that a libertarian wouldn't want, that would infringe.
Jake's right.
And I described that. You rewinded 5 minutes. As soon as I said I'm a libertarian conservative, I said that's an oxymoron. That's the first thing I said. I'm glad you guys are all catching up.
But what I'm saying is,
that's the point. But you can have, but your ideologies can be more than one thing. As long as you know what you believe and what you stand for.
You can't.
Yeah, you can.
I've watched.
Yeah, you can.
I've watched so many libertarians debate each other, because no libertarian believes that. I can't explain how many hours of.
But what I'm saying is, you haven't rejected anything of my ideas. When I say I'm a libertarian conservative, and then you put forward a bunch of ideas that have to do with bigger government.
I'm explaining why I'm doing that. Just give me a second.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So whenever somebody says they're a libertarian, I interpret that as like a strict constitutionalist. But the problem is that every libertarian's got their own arbitrary lines about what matters.
Pause.
Hold. Let me finish.
No. Before you go on, you have to let me. But let me address every point. Address every point.
You're not.
You just said.
Point yet.
No, because you're skipping over.
I've
skipping
made my
over what I've already said to
I
you,
haven't
Ava.
finished the sentence yet.
No, you're
Let me
skipping over
make
what
it-
I've already said. You're skipping over what I already said to you. You said
You said
all
you're
the
libertarian
libertarians.
conservative. That doesn't mean anything until the
You said
terms are
I
defined.
know,
So
and you've
okay,
already.
define your terms.
But no. You're
Define
already
your terms.
You're already defining me. I did
No, I'm
define my
asking
terms.
you right now to define your
What I'm
terms.
saying is, you just said.
Tell me
this is
about your
Hold
philosophy.
on, come on. I'm trying to address what you're saying to me, and you're not even giving me the chance. What
You're
you
saying
just
that I'm
said
defining
is
your terms, and I'm asking you to define them.
I did, and I'm going to redo
No, you
it now. I did. I said
Okay.
I'm not a constitutionalist. I said most constitutionalists would fight back with me about the Second Amendment. And what I opened up with talking to
Even
you
that
about
was vague.
and what I was talking to you about was that I think all of the Constitution is interpreted by the people that are in office at the time. So no, I wouldn't consider myself a constitutionalist.
So
when
we're
you
all libertarians. It's based on
No,
whoever
so-
the libertarian
no.
is. That's
So
saying
what
it.
I'm saying is, when you say you described yourself as a libertarian, and all the libertarians I've talked to are constitutionalists, you would know because I just had this conversation with you not even 10 minutes
Let me
ago.
spare. Let me
that I
save
don't
us both.
feel
Let
like
me
this.
save us. Let me save us both sometime. Because in the beginning of this,
You're just talking, but you're talking around me and not listening to what I'm saying. I've addressed what you're saying, and you're just talking around.
You don't even
it.
know what
I
I'm
don't
saying because
understand.
you keep interrupting me.
Okay, go ahead again.
Are you done talking? Can you shut up for like a minute?
I can try my best.
In the beginning of this conversation, I said, what is your economic philosophy and your view on politics? The reason that I asked you that was for you to lay out terms. Your response was this vague, I'm a libertarian conservative, but except about gun rights, and you never even explained that. So your
wasn't my
job,
answer to that
your
question.
job, you have a very bad memory. So your job when someone asks you that is to say, here's what I think about taxes. Here's what I think
I told you what my
Let me
ideology.
finish. Let me finish.
You're
Let me
misconstruing
finish.
everything we've said
Jake,
so far.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what I said. And if
The conversation you just had with yourself was a whole different one. Ava, you just described my ideology.
I didn't describe your. You keep getting
Yeah.
triggered. You keep getting triggered.
I'm
by
not
me
triggered
trying
at
to-
all. I'm not triggered
yes, you
at
are
all.
because you won't let me finish the sentence.
No, it's because you're misleading
can you
everybody.
shut up? Can you shut up?
Everybody can
I'm
rewind
not
this and see what you're doing. I can
I'm
see.
not misleading. I'm asking
You
you
should
what
put-
you believe, and you won't tell me.
Ava, I'll be quiet and I'll let you go on to this. But I promise you, rewind this when you get a chance. I have it on my channel and it's on Jake's channel. Everything I've said, I'm not misconstruing what you're saying.
Go to his channel and rewind this. I want to prove this fucking douchebag wrong. Like,
No, just finish whatever you
No,
have to say.
Let's
Go ahead.
because no, I told and when you did this the first time, I said
You can do both of them. You can do both of them. You can rewind it and say what you have to say.
When you did this the first time, I said let's rewind it now because he's gonna keep doing this. He's gonna keep saying he didn't say something he said. So let's rewind it. Go pull it up. Open a
Right.
tab and show me where I didn't say what I just said.
I'm gonna mute. You guys just tell me when you're ready. Tell me when I can talk again. I don't wanna look too triggered.
You see that he won't do it.
Roll on, Mud Rabbit.
You want me to pull it up? Mud Rabbit's in my chat.
Yeah.
She'll pull it up for you if you want.
Yeah, pull it up
You want me to pull it up? Okay, sure.
and share it. Starting from the first one because you were wrong on that one too.
All right. Which one was the first one? Do you mind telling me which one I was wrong on before I pull it up?
There were two times where you said you
I
didn't.
know.
say something.
What was the first one?
Do you notice how he can't let me finish the sentence?
No. Because you're just saying the first one. You don't even know what the first one was about. That's why it's funny.
No, I started explaining it to you and you interrupted.
And then you said there was a first one and a second one. No, I know what
you
you're
said,
about
"What's
to
the
say.
first one?" And then I started trying to tell you what the first one was, and you interrupted me.
All right. So where would you like to go to? Where I explain my ideology, or when you asked me what my
The first question I asked you. The first question I asked you.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up for you.
Wait, Purple Crown. She
What's
said,
Purple Crown?
"Oh hey, love the Purple Crown. Thank you."
All right, this is the first one. This is when you asked me if I think America is the richest country, and then you misquoted me.
That's not what I told you to pull up.
This is the first thing we talked about after your name, and I
All right,
said I would
pull
like
it
to
up.
get your name right.
Did you hear anything I just said last minute? You asked me what to pull up, and I told you, and you're not just pulling something
This
else
is the
up.
first. You said the first question, and I asked you specifically. Okay, ha ha ha. What was the
About your
first one? And then
about
you
your
never
ideology.
explained it. About
I
my
tried to, but
ideology.
you
All right, let me
interrupted
skip
me.
it. Because this is the second one that you misquoted me about. Let me skip to one later. All right, hold on.
It's gonna be funny because he's gonna pull it up and it's gonna be what I said, but then he's gonna deny that that's what I said the second time.
No, we've been talking for 20 minutes. I'll put the whole thing up if you want. I don't know what you want me to do. Here's the whole thing. I don't know what part you want to see. I've literally contradicted. I mean, you've contradicted everything you've said, and I've said to you. Jake can share it whenever he's ready. Can you play it on your end too, or do I gotta do it?
This is gonna be good. Yeah, do it.
Here, we'll start from the beginning. This should be good.
Here we go.
Meaning like the most income, or because I think our wealth is actually measured by our protection. I
Our
know
military.
what our So this is when you went on to say that
Let it go.
Hold on. This is when you went on and said that I was claiming that America was
Don't
the
tell me what I
wealthiest
said.
country.
Just play it.
Yeah.
Just play it.
Okay, we'll get to that part next. Don't worry, exactly. All right,
Right, but
that's what secures our wealth.
But that's
Because
an
that's-
economic decision, though. Well, okay, pause it right there, because this is the first one. We choose to
I would
spend our money
say-
on defense.
What were you saying? Go ahead.
All right, so right there, he stated that we're wealthy in that that's how we secure our wealth through our defenses and our security.
Yeah,
All right,
I agree. We do that with our military.
So
I agree.
right. So wait. In a couple of minutes, he's gonna deny that he said that. Go ahead.
Okay. I still agree with that. I don't know where I denied it.
Defense. We just agreed with it a
No,
few
no, no,
minutes
no.
later.
I would say it's an agreement that we have. It also comes with our alliances overseas as well. It's a level of protection we offer as well that comes with the debt that we owe to other countries as well. We offer protection for the debt that we owe to other countries.
What countries are those?
There's a reason we have APAC. There's a reason that we have
Right.
a lot of different alliances with other countries. And
Who do we owe the debt to?
We owe a lot of debt to a lot of different places. It's not just one place.
Who are the top three?
Nope. Top three. I would have to look it up.
Okay, never mind.
I would honestly have to look it up.
But do you reckon?
I don't want to make a claim on something I don't know.
You
Yeah.
did, but it's okay.
And this is where you made the first false claim against me.
Let it
And
go.
pause
Let it go.
I am. This is where you make the first false claim against me about me saying that we're the wealthiest country. This is the first one I pointed out. So
Just
let me
play
go
it.
to the
Just
next
play
one.
it.
Yeah,
Just play it.
no. So Eva, this is number one of false claim against you. Go ahead.
Okay.
What was it? What did I make a claim on?
That we're rich. We're just.
I didn't say we were the richest country. I said it could be a lot worse for us if we were in a third world country. I said we are actually quite privileged in the situation we have to be sitting in front of ourselves right now on microphones and on YouTube and with our own YouTube channels. That all alone in itself is a privilege. Is what all I said. But then you asked me if we were the richest.
those privileges are
Ma'am?
afforded to people in.
You want me to pause it? Were you gonna say something?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just making sure nobody had something to say.
No, that was on the screen because that was the audio of.
Oh yeah. No, that was She was leaving, and you said, "Ma'am." No, I heard you.
That was she was
Pakistan.
Yeah. You're having a conversation with her. No, I could tell.
Yeah.
And then you asked me. And then you asked me.
I was born in.
Hold on a second. I just want to premise everything we said so far. And then you asked me if we were the richest country, and I said, I would ask you to define what you mean by richest. And then as soon as you said money,
I didn't ask you if
country,
we're
I
the
know
richest
we're making
country.
the most. I would say the rich. You want me to rewind it again, where you asked me if we were the richest
Yeah.
country,
Sorry, go
and
ahead.
then I defined it by richest.
Jacob, I'm sorry that you're having to debate this person.
It's okay. It's okay. I know what I said, and we can skip through all this. Like
By the way, Jacob,
I'm drunk enough. I'm drunk enough to know exactly what I say. I'm not.
I don't think you.
Albert,
I don't think you know what you're saying.
All
right, that's fine.
Jacob actually is a businessman in the great state of Illinois. He
Okay.
has a family. He's a family man. Jacob is one of the.
I'm actually a really nice guy. I'm actually a really nice guy, but I'm not like a right wing crazy person that you might think I am.
I mean, you're a libertarian crazy person.
I'm a libertarian conservative. I told you that. And I'm not a constitutionalist like you think all libertarians are. We've already
What
established
what is a libertarian?
I don't know. I was just describing it the way you did. You
Well,
said all the libertarians.
No. You said you're a
said-
libertarian conservative. What is that?
I said I'm libertarian in the
mean?
sense.
What does
and
that mean?
to me-
What does that mean? What does that mean?
me, let me tell you what it means to me. To be a libertarian in my sense, and I'm gonna stop sharing this for a second just so everybody can see us talking.
All right.
I still have it in the background. I can pull it up whenever you want me to.
Jacob, I just want to tell you that our friend up overseas got me another cameo.
Oh, nice! Shout out to the Servap Singh King of the.
Thank you. He's asked for us not. The person who sent this has asked us not to mention him by name.
Oh yeah, I won't say his name. No worries.
We'll call him Jim Bob.
But where I disagree with most people that are conservative when
No, I didn't ask you. No, I didn't ask you.
No,
I
know.
No, I don't.
I'm
ask you
explaining.
What is a libertarian?
I'm explaining where my libertarian ideas push against that so much.
No, tell me what you believe.
I'm the same way.
Not what you don't believe.
I will.
Tell me what you believe.
And I'm totally trying to get there. And I'm the same way about guns as I am on drugs. I think either all things should be legal and accessible, or none of them should be legal and accessible.
Including abortions?
I'm
going to start out by talking about the two things that I'm talking about, since you asked me to explain my ideology before I let you explore more into it. When I say that, I mean, what was that?
Oh, sorry, Mudrat, I put a website in your chat.
U.S. debt clock. Oh, it's the current U.S. debt as of right now. That's what she just pulled up. Yeah, she's quick with it. She'll tell you exactly what our debt is right to the second. That's what the site's gonna pull up. But I don't think that it's the government's job to protect us against ourselves. That's my libertarian ideology. I think that the government shouldn't make drugs illegal, and I think I don't think any thing that I consider arms as recognized by the Constitution should be illegal. I think the Constitution describes being able to protect yourself against a tyrannous government. I don't think we have the arms to be able to protect ourselves against a tyrannous government. That's where I disagree with most constitutionalists, is because they go, "Oh no, this is good enough for me."
Jacob,
I don't think it's good enough. Jody's doing good. She hasn't had any. She hasn't had any health scares in a while. We've been doing pretty well.
Yes.
Jacob's partner's name Jody is Miss Jody is Jacob's partner who has a medical condition.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it, man.
Well, God
No
bless
worries.
her. Sending my love to her.
Appreciate it.
I will tell you about it off camera because I don't
Only
want
if
to
they
get it
want to.
wrong.
That's not my business if they don't want to share that.
Oh no, I just don't. I don't know if she's not in here saying, "Hey, talk about it." You know what I mean? I don't usually talk
Absolutely.
about it without her giving the okay.
Well, sending my love to you.
Appreciate it.
And the
Wait.
thing is, Jacob is a strength and conditioning coach for an MMA gym.
No, I'm a grappling coach.
I'm not
sorry.
surprised by that at all.
I'm a grappling coach. I'm not a strength and conditioning coach. I don't.
Sorry,
I don't do much with I don't lift weights, and I don't do stuff like that. I'm not. I'm not a big weightlifter or anything like that.
Sorry, I get them mixed up.
No, it's okay. I just the reason I stopped. I started lifting weights when I was in high school. Like I don't know, 05, 06, and it limited my flexibility, so I stopped lifting weights. So yeah, I'm not really big about.
By the way, I can't say that name was off the charts again today.
Schumann was off the charts again today.
Who is that? Who's Schumann? Everyone keeps talking about this Schumann person.
Something in the Senate, maybe.
Oh, Schumer?
I don't know if she was talking about Schumer.
Oh yeah, he
But
did.
she said Schumann.
He is
Yeah.
honestly the most probably the top 5 most revolting human beings. Chuck Schumer.
Chuck Schumer. Yeah, Chuck
Did you
Schumer's
see
got
what
some
he said?
issues.
He said, "This is what he did today. This is how bad the Democrats are." Can I pull this up? This is funny. I'll read it to you.
Dude.
He had a because the bill is called the Big Beautiful Bill. So this fucking cocksucker's this is what he does to fight against the whatever the Big Beautiful Bill is that he changed it to the
Schumann's
big ugly betrayal bill, and
Schumann's Renaissance.
he's all excited about it.
Something about Schumann's Renaissance, the big ugly bill. Yeah, no, everybody's all up in arms about it. I don't really know what's gonna happen with that. I feel like
It's just gonna cut.
everybody's-
It's just gonna give tax cuts, the highest tax cuts to the wealthiest people, and it cuts
Yeah,
Medicare.
But the thing is,
before I got
I'm
on
Medicare. I'm on Medicare.
Yeah, it's gonna cut Medicare.
Damn it!
He ran saying he's not gonna cut Medicare, and it cuts Medicare. They lied.
So so I want to say this. I do respect you guys, and I want to say that this show is I want to say that I do appreciate. This is here's the thing, Abba. When you want it, so I know Jacob's trying to be nice. Jacob, do you know that Abba is trans?
do I know?
To Jacob's credit, he's politely not gone there. I'm Jake. I'm sure he knows.
She and because so trans to me isn't like a negative. I don't have a problem with trans people.
Yeah,
like trans people aren't my issue. I've never had a problem with gay people. I've never had a problem with trans people. Like that's not like, and that's more probably my libertarian side. I care less what people want to do. Like, I don't know. It's never been something I wanted to argue with somebody about how they felt about themselves. It's whatever.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm something, then I just don't. I would never ask other people to reinforce it. But you don't seem to be like that kind of a person. You weren't really big like you. When I asked how to pronounce your name, you were like, "Oh, don't worry about it." You weren't particular on being an asshole about the pronunciation and affirming. You know what I mean? I was doing my best to try to accommodate too, because I knew we were going to be talking and I wanted to get your name right.
So that was kind of I think one of the hardest things about coming out as trans is realizing I was suddenly going to be associated with all of these annoying trans people online that behave irrationally and expect everyone to bow down to them and accommodate them and all these things that they decide for themselves, and I am vehemently against that.
There's a lot of different communities inside of the trans community, and a lot of people don't recognize that. Like I think it's crazy that LGBTQA plus whatever all gets put in the same group when they all have different ideologies and they don't necessarily support each other.
No, and I never have identified myself by this. Like I identify myself by like the work I do and the music I make and things like that. And so I've never related
music. Jacob,
I've never related with
music. She doesn't, and she does a show every week with two strong people with Mumbling Nick and Liquid Cryptid.
What, is she not strong? What do you mean? She got two strong people around her, but she's not strong? Come on, Jake.
No, she's.
I think I'm too aggressive for them.
Brady! My friend Brady's in here. Brady!
What people getting to take away the people illegally on it? See, like, what?
Hit
Yeah,
button.
for the people that are certified on Medicare, there's very few people losing it. I didn't want to correct you guys on it. If you guys, you can look up the bill. It's supposed to actually make more money go to Medicare.
How you doing, Brady?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to Brady actually does. My friend Brady does a group called Stolen Spirits MMIWG, stands for murder. I can't say this really. God damn
Is
it!
it murder mystery? What?
No, it's murder missing indigenous women and girls.
Oh, okay. I when I went to California when I went to the hippie festival.
Missing, murdered,
Wait.
indigenous. I was.
Can I just footnote that I was letting Jake finish, but like I had a bunch of responses to what you said about Medicare. But go ahead, finish with that, Jake. Just for the record.
Actually, that's what it stands right there. Brady does it doesn't even take a dime from what she does. She doesn't take a dime from helping people find cases. Indigenous means, you know what indigenous means, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way,
But no, what I was telling you, Jake, is when I was in California, when I was over at that hippie festival, there was a bunch of Native Americans doing a run, and that's what it was for. Some kind of recognizing that indigenous people are being kidnapped and women are being harmed, and that's what their run was for. They ran from somewhere in Nevada all the way up to somewhere in California. It was like a crazy long run. And they kept handing off torches to different members of their team, and I guess it took like 2 or 3 days. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool charity thing that they were raising money for.
Golden Sign Medicare is on the bill. Medicaid and Medicare on the bill. Medicaid is the bill proposal is 15,000 or no 15% over 3 years. Part B premiums increase. New income subcharges starting at $55,000 a year, which in a 2025 economy is not that much money. Medicare Advantage cuts. Subsidies are lowered by 800 and something billion. Fewer plan choices, narrower networks, higher out-of-pocket costs, deductibles for people on Medicare, 4 doctor visits. It shrinks Medicare's ability, this is the most important thing, to negotiate drug prices that were in the Inflation Reduction Act to just 5. Funding for preventative services, vaccinations, whatever you think about it, are all reduced. Those are Medicare. I'm not even talking about the Medicaid. So you're wrong on that. We can talk about the Medicaid. We can talk about the Medicaid part.
I was gonna ask
too, because that's even more sickening is the Medicaid.
So you
part of
you stated a lot of things that were kind of open ended. So what I was
I pulled up the bill.
No, I know, and you're reading it off the bill, and that's how they phrase it in the bill. I know the phrasing of the bill. I've read the bill. What I was asking,
who's read the bill? The bill's like you did not read the bill. It's like 1,000 pages.
No, I didn't read the whole thing. I read the summary.
What does it mean when you say I read the bill?
I read the summary of it just like you just read to us.
The summary of the bill. You didn't read the bill.
No, I didn't read the 1,000-page bill. You're 100% correct.
I didn't either. So.
Yeah, thanks. You're madam. But I want to say this. So
Mud Rabbit wants to know that as someone on Medicaid, do we want to hear how it affected them? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't started yet, but yeah.
It didn't affect her, but
it hasn't been passed yet.
It also in the bill doesn't take into account the people that are going to be taken off of Medicaid and the people that were getting it unjustly, because it talks about cuts to the overall funding. And when you talk about less people getting the same amount of funding, then the whole money thing that you just pitched would be different, because that's just not how it works. If there's less people taking from said system, then all of a sudden the money makes more sense.
You really think that's how that pans out?
I would also point, because you also wanted to point to the worry about medical expenses not being able to negotiate for them, right? You brought that up.
Yes, I'm very passionate about that. Go ahead.
I agree. I think Donald Trump is too, and the kickback that he got from RFK about wanting to actually get prices reduced on Medicare is a big issue. and I think Donald Trump should keep continuing to try to fight for lower prices for our medications that we're getting. Because
But he
if
just
people are getting,
but the bill changes it from 20 to 5 negotiated prices, which is already.
I know, and they're still negotiating about the bill. The bill hasn't even.
Do you think Trump really even knows what that means? What we just said?
Yeah, that's why him and RFK had an issue.
You really
I think Trump understands that other countries are getting medication at a cheaper price than us, and there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to get it at that same price. He understands what price gouging is because he knows how to make deals. He is good at negotiation.
Oh God, okay. I'll defend Trump. Like, if I was talking to a leftist, I would be the person that was defending Trump on certain things. So I'm not like.
I'm not defending him on his knowledge.
But he's not a good deal maker.
No, I'm saying I'm not defending him.
Steamrolled so many times.
That's actually where I yielded, is because I'm not gonna claim his knowledge of politics, but when it comes to knowing,
I'm talking about policy.
I know, and all he has to look at is what other people are getting for their drug prices, and then seeing what we're getting, and then go, oh, okay, that's an inconsistency. We should fix that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Can we be honest about him for a second? Like, have you ever watched those executive bill signings that he does? Executive orders, which I'm assuming you're against because you're a libertarian. The person reads the bill to him and then interprets it into elementary school language.
Let me answer what the statement you just made about me. No, because as a libertarian, I'm not a constitutionalist. So if he decided to make more executive orders than his previous president and the previous president before him, and every single previous president just keeps making more executive orders, then no, I don't have a problem with it because I'm not a constitutionalist.
That's fair. I got you. I'm with you on that. Mudrabbit says, I have no issues getting to see it.
Mudrabbit is a constitutionalist, to be fair. Mudrabbit is a full constitutionalist.
Mudrabbit's on Medicaid, so. And Mudrabbit's literally making the argument for Medicaid in all those comments. And then Mudrabbit is hitting me on, accusing me of being Iranian. So I don't know what we can infer for that. I can't. If I made an inference about that, you would say you would say that I was a woke person. But what does it mean when Mudrabbit says last name is Riza? Are you Iranian descent? Like what else would that mean?
She's from Lebanon. It wasn't an accusation. It was just a question about your name. She's from Lebanon.
It looks like I hoisted myself on my own petard with that one.
Hey,
touche. Well played.
Hey, so I got one more. Let's do. Are we? Because I want to end before 2 hours because I want to use the AI clip tool.
No worries, man.
We should do it.
What about give us our final? What about have you ever watched the show? I think it's time for us to go for our final take.
We should do a show together where we just kind of decide on a couple of things we want to talk about and then do it like that. Because I think that just going out of scratch wasn't productive because I think that both of us are free thinkers and it'll be better that way so we can come in.
I think, and I'm fine with if you want to pick topics to talk about. I'm still going to free ball it. I don't like to have facts on me. I just don't talk about things I don't know. I just
not facts, just topics.
You know what I mean? I don't because I can pull up evidence that supports an argument that I don't necessarily agree with.
I just want to say, and also Jacob is a very smart person. Jacob is, by the way, you have a thing going up about Sick. Sick is in one of your videos today.
Oh yeah, I'm doing an upload later. It's nothing. It's just
about what?
No worries. It's a conversation I had a month ago, and one of the guests on it, his name is Sick. I think we were talking about truck driving at the time. We were talking about
the drug prices are different. Medicare B is part of Medicare. You're making a stupid point. That is nothing. I'm making the argument that Medicare and Medicaid are both in the bill. You claimed that Medicaid is the only thing on the bill, and when I countered that, you
have to relax. I'm getting too triggered.
Yeah.
I have to relax. I'm getting too triggered over here.
All right.
I need to take a
All right,
chill.
by the way, I'm fixing to end soon.
I showed up to this
trigger.
triggered from watching Krishan's podcast, so I was already fired up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
just wanna-
you were fired up when I came in.
I was. I do need to. I feel like I was taking out like what I was watching on Krishan's podcast. I knew. And
Oh yeah, there was a lot of right wing talking points. Or
it wasn't even
talking
that.
points.
Like I love a lot of right wingers. It was the show is just so like lazily hacked that it was just annoying, and so I feel like you got hit with the shrapnel of that, and I apologize.
Oh, I got a good closing one. So as I was coming to join the StreamYard, I heard you say something about MAGA. You said when was America great?
Yeah,
because
because
answer to that?
yeah, but can I explain the context of that? The reason I said that was because the reason I asked you that first question was because I wanted to.
No. You didn't ask me. You didn't ask me that question. You said it when I was.
No, not that.
Off. Yeah. Okay.
The reason I asked you that first thing about is America wealthy is because I wanted to establish that we are arguably, or at least we've said that America is the most powerful country in the world, and that question that you're referencing about MAGA.
We have been at times.
Right, and
we have been at times.
So I was trying to set a framework, and that's why I asked when MAGA is great, is because the times that I believe that MAGA supporters
found to be that. But what I'm saying is, you asked that before the show. Even you didn't ask that when we were talking. Is all I was saying.
I understand that, but I'm saying that the reason I brought that up was not about MAGA. It was more to establish a reference point about when things were great, and I was going to make an argument that the tax rates, like from when people think back to when people say MAGA, they think back to a time when the tax rates were like 70% for the wealthiest people, and that's what I was trying to establish to like move from there. That's why I asked that question.
Oh, well, you stated that before I came on, and what I would say to that is it's when we didn't have to have 2-income households, when we could actually have the opportunity where me and my girlfriend both don't have to work full-time jobs just to pay for, an apartment, like just to get by. Because like you said, like no one's doing great, but at the same time, I don't consider myself poor. I don't consider myself impoverished. I'm lucky to be where I'm at. And that's where I would say America was at a greater point, regardless of the tax. I don't know what the tax was like then or anything like that. But
I think me and you are very similar in that. That's the way I look at my life, also. But when I'm trying to speak to people that live in poverty that aren't me, I think that's an important reference point. And so all those times, like if you look at the marginal tax rate from the 60s and the 70s, which is when America was peaking, they were at 93%. And so I would make the argument that as soon as we started depleting that, that's when the married couple both have to work. If you look at the marginal tax rate in this country from the peak from the 60s and 70s to where we're at now, it's a decline, and the decline comes from income redistribution back to the most wealthy people, and it makes it so, and they shrouded it in like feminism or things like that, where it's like, oh, but really what they were doing was just trying to say people were getting poorer and poorer, and they were trying to rationalize that both people have to work instead of raising their family. And I would make the argument that is because of tax policy. Tax policy needs to be redistributive to live in a society where people are having their basic needs met. That's kind of my argument. Oh. Because I, like you, agree that your wife shouldn't have to work. But anyone that's trying to survive now in a dual income household they both have to work, and they will still be poor, and they will still get their utilities shut off because everybody
thinks somebody on my side like doesn't want their wife to work or won't allow them to work, or I just want her to stay at home. And
I didn't make that assumption.
No. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you did, but it's just the idea that if my significant other wanted to go out and do something or wanted to, nobody wants to sit at home all the time. I don't want to sit at home all the time. If you just
some women do, and that should be
their choice. And it's their prerogative, and I'm all about it.
And it should be respected either way. No one should be.
But let me bring you on my conspiracy side. Do you know?
Oh, I'll talk conspiracy all night with you.
Do you know when we were pulled off the gold standard?
The gold standard was the last remnants of it was with Nixon.
1970.
Yeah.
You're 100% correct, Jake.
actually,
And why is that important with the conversation? Because I think what you were referring to with the feminism wave and stuff like that is all a red flag.
So
it's not actually.
Here's the thing. Earlier today,
What I said?
It's a distraction from what's actually going on in economics. When we were pulled off the gold standard and our money isn't backed, and our money isn't backed.
If you want to zoom out and talk
Jacob,
about the Federal
Jacob,
Reserve and the gold standard, we probably would
Jacob,
have a lot more agreement than
Jacob.
I bet.
Actually,
Yeah.
by the way, I got into a talk about this on a panel this morning. It got off the go because FDR put us to the Gold Confiscation Act in the 1930s.
Yeah,
we were.
They
were.
tried to-
I feel like that's a good point to make because it's like there's two outcomes. It's like Keynesian economics and then the gold standard. The thing that used to frustrate me when Ron Paul.
Sorry if I had to leave a little bit there. My
Night, Golden.
My niece wanted to show me something. They are they're doing a build and destroy. They're taking care of a building.
A B&D. But what I was saying is like there's two.
Ava, what are you doing right now?
Me?
What?
Yeah, what are you doing right now? Jake's got to end soon. What are you doing right now?
I'll hang out. What you want to do? You want to keep going?
Do you want to do a stream?
Yeah,
It's up
I'll
to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have.
I feel like we got off to a
information.
wrong foot, and I take responsibility for a lot of that.
Hey,
No, it's okay. I stated that the way I did because I knew it would fire you up. So it was a fair play.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was talking about people being poor, and the only phrase I took out of it was pull yourself up by your bootstraps because I knew that would have got you hotter.
I can understand someone making that point and being true to defending the gold standard. But in this economic system, I get mad about it when someone says that because this is a corrupt economic system where money is controlled.
But our money is, but what's our money based on? So this is where
that's
I would
my
go
point.
deeper.
That's my point.
If I don't think there's anything, if there is anything in Fort Knox, we're just protecting other people's money.
Yeah, and
other countries' money.
And that's like if we zoom out, and that's why I was asking that initially, because if we just frame this in terms of like the Federal Reserve and the gold standard, then I feel like we'd have a whole different conversation because then it's a different. When I was speaking, when I was just riffing with you for the last 30 minutes, it was based on us having this Keynesian economic.
I just want to say thank you guys. I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming
Love you.
on.
I feel like on Jake's streams, I've had some of the most personal, just deep conversations. It is always on his show.
Love you guys.
Jake is good guest. Jake's the best in the business at what he does. You were saying that when I came on.
He's the best in the business. He's the best.
I'm more of the modern day Phil Donahue.
Phil Donahue, I like that.
No, I feel like you're our Larry King.
All right.
Hey, wait 1 second, Jake. Before you end, I'm gonna put this in the private chat, and then Ava, come over to my channel.
Okay, give me 1 minute, and I'll be over there.
Yeah, no hurry. I'll start up a live, and you can come hang out. I usually do open panels, and it's just like free discussion. Like I won't let anybody talk over you. It's pretty fair.
It's okay. I won't get triggered. I promise.
Okay, no worries.
All right, I'll be back.
Thanks. It's nice. It was nice talking to everybody.
Yeah. Love you, Jake.
Get the channel. You might want to get the channel link before you.
Oh, good call. Good call. Wait, where do I search this?
It's in the private chat. It's just at Jacob Waters 2 on YouTube.
Okay, I'll find it.
It's easy. It's all one word. At Jacob Waters and then the number 2.
All right, love you guys. We'll see you guys when we see you.
Wait, are you gonna be able to send me a link on there, or?
Yeah, I'll send it right through the chat. Yeah, no worries.
He puts it in the chat. Right. He puts this in the chat.
Got you. All right, I'll be there in a minute.
Love you guys.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Thanks, guys.